certain things get to going on the internet, I text her. I still got her direct, and I like, hey, don't feed into that.
Yeah.
You know, I know Cardi, she a good person, but she's a female, and she's a female that comes from something, and she's a female that carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Right? Her life is her life, but the way she carries the life she comes from, she can't react in those ways because of who she is now. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So I reach out to Cardi because we got a personal relationship, and she knows when I respect her, and things I'm telling her is for her own good. So we still talk whenever her and her significant, her ex significant other going through things. She know that I'm talking to both parties. She know if, you know, something she need to know or find out. Offset the same way, you know. Them little used to be in my ghost pressuring me to take them to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You know, these niggas go to Taco Bell, run the bill up to 200 in the drive-thru. The Taco Bell bill at 200 is crazy,
It's
right?
4-5 of them niggas.
Yeah, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But it was crazy. So it was like, we still, and I got a lot of love and respect for Cardi, and I understand her, you know what I mean? So, and I'm one of those, if she get to going too crazy, if I send her a text, sis, slow it down a little bit. She honor that.
I'm noticing too, man, there's something that's happening with Cardi as far as the internet, when every time she drops a song, it feels like they go find some song that sound like it and then try to say like, you're biting. And I think this comes from them understanding that she works with writers and shit, so they're looking for loopholes to discredit her.
They did that with Up. I got the call on that, right, with Up, and now they doing that with this new joint she got. And this how this works. This is real talk. When you go look at the individuals claiming the song, right, it was like 3 years ago. Really didn't have no views. Really
190 views.
Wasn't on her Spotify. So what happens is this. A lot of these people is leasing beats on YouTube, right? A lot of these producers will go over there, and the producers probably need to start doing things a little different now too, because they're being put up under pressure. A producer shouldn't allow somebody to lay on their production if they ain't paid them for it. You lay, you pay. I'm gonna tell you why. People go in there and lay on production, but then they never do the business of it. But then they got the 2-track. They don't have the files.
Right.
They got the 2-track over there, so they'll go put it up to see what it do. If it don't do nothing, it's kind of like they threw it away. Now this individual, the producer, he in another session, or he done sent beat packs out or whatever, right? Even demos of songs. Somehow it makes it to somebody like Cardi B's team. Cardi B's team hears it, get it to the A&R get it to the management takes Cardi in studio, Cardi hears it, I like it, she lays it. The producer ain't never been paid by these other people.
Right.
He probably don't even know because it got 190 views, it's even up anywhere.
Right.
Cardi lays it, it goes up because it's her. Now you claiming she couldn't steal nothing. She ain't never been in the studio with you. She don't know who you are. She ain't never heard that on the internet, because if Cardi heard it and wanted it, she would have just reached out to you and did the business.
Right. Yeah. Her team would have took care. They massive over there, so they'd have took care of the business.
By the time it gets to Cardi, right, it didn't went through all of that. But who got the files? Got them
the stems,
files.
yeah.
That's who owns that. You know what I mean? If you ain't got no producer agreement, if you ain't cleared you ain't did all the business that I know Atlantic did before they put that out, you just talking.
Yeah, you just talking. But I still think it's interesting because the allegations are picked up by all the blog sites. Like usually if someone be like, yo, Blueface stole this song, that shit really don't get no traction. I'm tripping off Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk. All these different platforms would take and basically post a baseless claim against Cardi. It almost feels like an attack, if you ask me. It feels like there's an agenda to kind of discredit her ability in the studio. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, like I don't get it.
Let's get this straight right here, right? Because I understand it. Funkmaster Flex some time ago comes with the you can't be considered a top MC if you don't write your own raps.
Yeah.
Now, if we go to R&B, 99% of the R&B artists don't write nothing.
Right.
They got writers. They got writers camps, literally, right? But you could take that same writer, put them in the booth, and the song don't go nowhere.
Right.
So everybody need everybody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just like Denzel ain't writing the script to them movies. He just following what the writer wrote, right? But then the dude that wrote the movie could get up there and try to do what Denzel doing and don't work out. So that don't take away from who Cardi is as a personality, as an artist, her physical appearance, her delivery, her performance, right?
But see, that's to you as a that understand
Yeah.
the business. They ain't attacking you. It's almost like the phishing scam text messages that go out. You will see that shit and be like, cause I get them. Like, yo,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
application,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
resume.
Yeah.
I'm saying, man, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
for me. It's for the people who don't know that this exists. So it's attacking the casual fan of Cardi B. It ain't gonna work on a like you or me that understand the business. But I do think it's effective to the people who are just casuals. Like when they see Shade Room posts, Cardi stole another song or Cardi stole this song. I really feel as though that is more effective than people like us can understand, because we see the bullshit in it. We understand the business side
Well,
of
you know what? We can't. I'm glad you said it, because now it tells me that I got an obligation. We can't leave it up to Shade Room and these other blogs to do the research and even understand how the business works.
Right.
So now I feel like maybe I need to go to my channel and do a whole segment and break down how that part of the business works.
Right.
Right? Eric Bellinger, very talented.
Yeah.
Right?
Super talented.
He done wrote half of Chris Brown's hits. But if Eric probably performed them same songs, they probably wouldn't have went as far as they went.
Nah, they won't.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't take away from Eric Bellinger, because
Right.
without his ideology and his pen, Chris wouldn't have been able to do what he did.
Right.
That don't take away from Chris as well, right? Because we talking about one of our top performers. When we mention
this
who's closest to Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
is Chris Brown is in the conversation, right?
Yes.
So this is the entertainment business. And before it gets, in order for it to get to you, for you to visually be entertained and hear which was to your liking, is things that have to happen.
Yeah. It's a process.
Makeup, wardrobe, a dude that can't dance, choreography.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, the song has to be created. You right, what's unique about what we do is we just come up here and freestyle. We
Facts.
authentic. We don't have no script.
Facts.
And I'm pretty sure you done set in front of some people to where you damn near need some bullet points, because they just can't take a conversation
Yeah.
and float it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Cardi B is one of our upper echelon superstars.
Yeah.
She is one of our A-list artists, and she's been that, and she's earned that because of where she come from social media, from love and hip hop, you know, from grinding it out and doing what she's doing. Bro, she's done something that I would have bet against.
Yeah.
Cardi ain't dropped an album in 6-7 years.
Man.
Most people, she got one album. Most people, right, that attempts to do that falls off.
Yeah.
She stays relevant.
Yeah.
She stays talked about. She's continued to keep herself beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's staying part of the conversation.
Right. Yeah. Nah, she got a hell of a fan base. They can't
Yeah.
take that from her. But
Yeah.
I think that's what they trying to do, is trying to rob her of some of that equity that she has in the culture when they start to be like, another one. See, here's the thing, bro. And I think you understand this, right? The way that you paint a narrative and how it can start to chip away. See, you don't take a bat down with the first fucking hit.
No, nah.
You got to chip away.
He gonna keep coming.
Yeah, so I think they chipping. They trying to chip at it. But long as she continues to, you know, deliver, she'll be okay, man. You know what I'm saying?
Cardi hasn't even began to go into her bag of tricks.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we talk about what contributed to her big bang. That was when she crossed over and did the Latin thing on the features. She ain't even went over there. Cardi could shut down right now, go over there, do a Latin run, tap into that fan base that's probably be stronger than her urban fan base, mix the two, come back and do another run. So that's a bear that it's going to be very, the only person that can take Cardi down is Cardi.
Right. Or Nicki. If Nicki want to go one-on-one, which she don't got the time, the business ain't going to allow that. You don't think Nicki can take Cardi down?
She can't do it.
Kiss my motherfucker.
I'm going to tell you why. Nicki 10 years ago could have did it. The married Nicki, the mother, Nicki,
she don't got that venom no more.
She ain't got that venom no more. Now, if you come at Nicki, she gonna stand up and she gonna buck. She been up under that Cash Money thing day one. She don't know nothing but to do that. But, you know, at this point, the only thing they can do as women in this game is avatar, plug into each other, uplift, and get on the tour and make a run. Right? And I would love to see them do a tour to where it ain't no fight on who gonna headline. If it's 30 dates, 15 shows you headline, 15 shows she headline. You know
I think the ego in our culture, bro, is out of control. I did enjoy, we had a moment, and salute to Yo Gotti, because I think he kind of spearheaded it when he would sign an act like Moneybagg Yo. He would do a joint tape, and then you started to see joint tapes. You saw a Thug and a Future tape. You saw a Drake and a Future tape. You started to see people do that. It just disappeared. Joint tapes kind of just went away, and I'm wondering, because for me that's such a great idea. I know the business on the back end is always something that is in question, because who label gets it, who contract does it count for, you know, those kind of situations.
It should go towards both of them. When we did OG Bobby Billions outside, Mo 3 had already did it, and it didn't perform too well. 4 or 5 months later, Blueface hooked up with him, and he does it his way.
So y'all's done more than Mo 3 junk.
Mo 3 shit was at like 14, 15,000 streams. That was it. It was standing still.
Damn.
Right, that's all it was. For whatever reason, it didn't perform. Maybe they didn't respect the combination of Bobby and Mo 3, wherever they from. Maybe
I feel like
was some Dallas politics. I don't know. I love the song. Personally, I love Mo 3. Shout out Brainwater. I believe they did a great job. So when Blueface steps in, he bring Bobby out. He let Bobby go to his crib. They did everything together. I shot the video, everything. He delivers it to me. I get on the phone with Ghazi, because now it's a problem with the labels. Right? My label and Bobby's up at Empire. Ghazi family. Ghazi called me, said, Wack, you know, this ain't gonna be no problem. We're gonna work it out. I got out and Grumblack on the phone, the one that was running E1. I got Ghazi on the phone. I said, hey, listen, Allen, that's their artist. Blueface is over here in this building over here at this time. I said, what we gonna do? He gonna put this money up, y'all gonna put this money up. We gonna break everything down the middle. It's gonna go on Bobby's page. It's gonna go on Blueface page. Empire is better, got a stronger team at doing these things, and we got a stronger team at doing these things. So we're gonna attack this and we're gonna attack that. And it was cool. We let it go. We shot past, right? We shot past so strong. Let me tell you what they did. And only because it was Ghazi, I let it happen. So Blueface say, I'm going to call my version Better Days. So they know the difference between Outside, what Bobby and Mo 3 did, and what Blueface and Bobby did. So ours was called Better Days. When they looked up and saw 20 million, 30 million, 40 million is growing, they turned around and changed the name of the Mo 3 version.
For real. I didn't know that.
And called that Better Days. Right? So what they did, they put Outside.
They piggyback it.
In parentheses, Better Days. So now, when people come to look for the joint, don't neither one of them say Mo 3 or Blueface when you go look at Spotify. You got to dig to see that. They starting to hit the other one in search of the other one.
Right.
So what it did for Empire, right? Ghazi, my brother, what it did for Empire was give them a boost on the other version.
They were double dipping.
We lost probably about 30-35% of what really would have just went to us if it would have just said Better Days.
Right.
Even right now in the day, I believe it's like 75 million now. It done got that to 75 million, and we like 130, 140 million on the Blueface edition.
Damn.
Right?
I ain't know that. Man, I'm tripping
Oh
off
man,
that.
listen. I had to tell somebody this the other day. I'm about to open your eyes. Blueface did boosted and put the cables to a couple artists who was teetering. Bobby Billions one. My man from Memphis, Choppa.
NLE Choppa.
Shotta Flow.
So you
go
said,
check the remix. Listen, all you got to do is go, okay.
Hell nah. That boy Choppa, hell nah.
I'm giving you this so you can
Yeah,
go
we're
check.
gonna do the research on that.
Bobby Billions outside, Better Days Outside. Boom. NLE Choppa, love nephew to death,
Yeah,
love his
for sure.
mama.
His
Cause
mama,
she
yeah,
crazy,
real.
remind me
Yeah.
of my mama. Right? That's
Yeah.
my homegirl.
Yeah.
Shotta Flow remix. Go check them.
Yeah.
Go check and see what was already there and what happened when we remixed it. And Blueface remixed that on the studio bus. We was out on tour with Lil Baby 2019, and I had Stunner get us a studio bus. Only reason why that happened. DDG, Calabasas. Go look at the original.
I can see that for DDG.
Go look at the original and look at it months later when Blueface touched it. Calabasas.
Did y'all charge DDG for that?
Nah, not at all.
Is him and Blueface still good? Do we
Brothers.
show him support? Oh, okay,
Brothers.
cool.
DDG
Shout
called
out
me
to
every
shout out
week
DDG.
and say Blueface needs something. What he
Shout
need
out DDG
every
then.
week. DDG solid.
Yeah.
So he did.
So that's 3.
That's 3 of them right
Yeah,
there.
and that's most ain't
But
did
niggas
one.
ain't like Blue got about. Blue probably got about 3-4 platinums and 3-4 golds.
It's a lot of money.
People don't even people.
And
don't,
is that major or is that just through your label?
No, that's some Cash Money and then some like Tatiana and all that was indie that distributed through E1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot, it's a lot that went on with him, and he don't get his just due. You know what I'm
NLE
saying?
Choppa is one of them artists too. Like I see he gets frustrated because he like, yo, I got all these plaques, all these listens, these views, over a billion this. And when they talk about the young, they just act like he ain't one of them ones.
Now I will tell you this now because I got a lot of respect for nephew. A lot of I remember when he have a mustache,
Yeah.
right? I got a lot of
Yeah, he
respect
came
for
in
him. I'm
young.
gonna tell you a few reasons why, and I've never said these things to him. One, when people thought it was over for him, he kept grinding. I look up, he done created diets and all kind of
Yeah.
shit, health,
Yeah.
whole health run.
Right.
2, he become a fashion statement. 3, I'm gonna tell you what was more gangster than anything with nephew. Everywhere he go, he has a brother that's from the community. His brother be right there with him front and center. Most rappers would have tried to do what? Hide
Yes,
that.
yes,
They would have
yes.
tried to.
Yeah.
The fact, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I respect that. And his mama and his daddy is part of the team. I gave him his stylist, a sister named Michael out of Detroit. Actually, her mother just got pardoned after 30-something years. You know what I'm saying? So
Salute to that.
yeah, but I really that's why when him and Blueface started getting into it, I called.
I forgot about they had a little run in too.
Yeah. I called his mama. Me and his mama got on the phone.
Right.
And I'm like, this can't happen.
Right.
I didn't even want to call him because I didn't want him to feel like I was calling him to press him or get on him about nothing, because I got a lot of love and respect, and I know he respect me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He showed up for my daughter's Sweet 16. He did a lot of sentimental things. And I told Blueface, hey, we got to figure out another way. I don't even remember what it was about.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
know
I'm saying?
Blueface was out before he went to jail though. He was pushing the line on these rap.
Yeah, because he was Blueface telling him,
He
let's
was
get in the
pushing
ring.
line on these rap.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he was coming strong. Where you at? pull up like, and I think it's because he boxing and shit, so he felt comfortable in that squad.
Well, you got to remember, this is a let's X out the streets. This is an athletic young man who's been in the position of quarterback. So he's always in a position of leadership and being confronted with a challenge.
Right.
You know, you play ball, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So when you in that position, you're the captain of the team, and you got to deal with the field, read the field. So his mindset is always at that.
Yeah.
You know, when he come to me, he said, listen, I'm assigned to you, but I want you to teach me. Right? And I wasn't scared to teach him because he one of those that when he become that boss, he always had me anyway.
Right.
A lot of dudes want to handicap their artists. You know, that ain't every last one of my artists is a boss. Ray J's a boss.
Yeah.
Ray J gave me my first job, executive job in the game. He pulled me out of the goon ship to the office.
Right. What made him do that?
Everybody had turned their back on him. And he was in the studio working, and he knew I had a relationship with DJ K. Slate. At the time, New York radio was burnt down by Suge and them from the West.
Right.
So he like, yo, you got the radio plugs. Detail was homeless in Detroit. Ray J don't get a lot of credit for things he did. Detail was homeless. Ray J moved Detail out here and let him live in his mom's house. From that came Sexy Can I. Without Sexy Can I, there's no Drunken Love. There's no deep because that song is what gave Detail his notoriety.
Look, broken.
Akon got hits. Everybody got hits out of him. It was because of that move. Ray J seeing this man homeless and took this man and brought him back, let him stay at his mama house. Got a shout out to LA Buck, LA Young Buck. He was instrumental in that too. And from that came Sexy Can I.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And from that,
I thought that was a Hitmaker record.
No, that was our record. What we did is we allowed them to license. They paid us to put it on Young Bird's album.
Yeah.
They paid us 6 figures to run it bow-legged.
Right.
That came out on All I Feel, Ray J's album.
Okay.
And, but then right after that, they put it on. They let it flow to that album, and it was for a reason. Because see, you got to remember, if you got a song that already did numbers, right?
Right.
When you put it on another album, it may not go to the first week. Well, back then it was going to the first week count. Now it's going to the overall,
right?
Which helps you chart. Like that's what's going on with Cardi.
Yeah, with the Up and all those songs. So she platinum before she even dropped. She platinum before she put the titles to her songs.
She gonna catch flack behind it.
Yeah, but it don't matter because she cushioning for the boardroom. That's a boardroom.
That's a boardroom. Yeah. Got nothing to do with the fans. But I will say this for the world to know. She got a song on there 5 years old, another song on there 3 years old, and then the most current. The reason why the label's doing it like that is because the budget that these songs were done from is from the album budget that she's releasing.
Exactly.
It ain't like all this. They just been waiting on Cardi. Okay, then why the delay? Cardi been having kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Falling in and out of love,
relationship problems.
Yeah.
You know, legal problems was going on with her significant other. Things was going on to where she wasn't focused. Or wasn't that she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It just things started happening. So these songs was part of the project. The project just took a little longer to come out.
Yeah, for sure. Now I will say this about the Outside and Better Days. Mo 3 voice is what made that song popular. What I love about all of them. First of all, I just talked to Rainwater the other day. I'm like, bro, I love OG Bobby Billions because he got that melodic. Yeah.
I'm a Rod Wave fan.
Me too. I love Rod.
That Hard on Nice touched my soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he do to me what Kevin Gates bars do to me. You know
that's why Kevin brought him in. He touched Kevin.
When you got that melodic thing going on, and then you got that Mo 3 delivery going on, right? It was an explosion. I tell Blueface, hey, nephew, you sure you want to play with that?
Right.
He said, yeah, I'm going to play with it my way and give it another look.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
that took nuts to do that.
Bro, but and he played it. Listen, not only did he play with it, the people spoke.
Is that you working it or the people liking the record better?
No. I only thing we do is maybe the first push. And when guys like us work something, you got a bunch of felonious, fraudulent dudes playing with bots.
Yes.
No, because I got some game I'm going to give to you too, right? It's like this. When a pastor step in front of a congregation, if he got a congregation of 100, right, he can guesstimate 30 to 50% of these people going to donate.
Right.
So that's 30 to 50 people.
Right.
If I put this same congregation in front of 1,000, pastor in front of 1,000, and the same numbers apply, now that's 300 to 500.
Right.
If I put that same pastor in front of 10,000 or 1 million people, the same percentage, but it brings a bigger number.
Right.
So I'm able to take a song, right, instead of it being put in front of, because Mo3 and Bobby Billions was part of the same label, Empire. And at the time, what Empire would do, they would push the song out and they'll see if it catches, and then if it catches,
invest
then
more.
They'll push it.
Yeah.
I'm pushing it. I'm saying program the song in front of 10 million.
Right.
A percentage of the 10 million gonna like it. We gonna see it. They gonna stream it. We gonna tap into their analytics and see who they fan base are. And now we gonna put the song in front of them, and then we get off of it and let it naturally do its thing. Right. This is why when Spotify was doing this sweep, you never heard of Blueface, A Game, or Ray J's music.
They still doing it.
Being pulled down. Right? There was a whole lot of cats we was hearing.
They said Kendrick Poster had allegedly lost a lot of listeners, and people are losing listeners for whatever reason right now.
Now, see, with Kendrick, I'm going to tell you why it's a little tricky. You dealing with two powerhouses that know the game, right? So, if I'm on the other side of it, and it's just me speaking, right? I know some things, but I'm gonna speak in general.
Yeah.
If I'm on the other side of it, I'm opposing Kendrick, right?
Right.
And I'm knowing, God damn, this song is moving. Yeah. I see it organically moving. And I'm like, at this pace, because I've had songs that moved at this pace, I know where it's gonna end up. I could hit my team, hit them people over there in India, body them up. Here, take this 30,000 and put, I want 5 million bots on there.
They doing all
Then you
that.
sit back and you wait, right? Kendrick them ain't doing nothing. It's organically growing, right? And then you say, oh, I think this is going on. Well, you know what's going on because you the one paid to do it, right? Kendrick and them is smart enough to know that when you going head to head with another powerhouse, you can't play no games. Now, this is why I say this. When you look at the other side of it, it's squeaky clean.
That's facts.
You understand
so
what I'm saying?
So do you think it's zero? Yeah, it is crazy.
Bro, listen, I'm getting, see, the other side of it being squeaky clean tells you, do you really think Kendrick Lamar and his team, knowing, remember, Kendrick's first world tour, he opened up for who?
Drake.
Boom. So common sense tells you that these people know that they know the game because they was doing it before them.
Right.
You think this man is finna roll the dice on doing some fugazi when he know that these people understand it just like he understand it? But when you look over there, it's squeaky. If you know you calling somebody to record them, right?
Yeah.
Everything about your conversation gonna be on.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
That you asking them shit to trigger them, because you know it's still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Dad.
Do you think Drake literally has zero bots? I just find that hard for any artist to have zero.
You come from where I come from. Yeah. Now I got you looking at it another way.
Yeah.
Now you like, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think no artist has zero bots. Like
your cousin told you, hey,
they coming.
When you come through the park, they finna make sure you clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And stay off your phone because they got you tapped. You 2 blocks from the park, but you got enough time to pull over. It's some bushes over there.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
right?
what it feel
now,
like.
watch it. No, watch how it work.
Yeah.
You come through the park, right, Loon? They hit it. Everybody that usually got what they got, they little weed, they pills, they guns, got them. Everybody know Loon is known. He ain't never not got it on him, but all of a sudden they done tow your car up, stripped you naked, ain't nothing there. Yeah. Some of them Negroes gonna say what? You think Loon has something to do with this?
Yeah, they gonna instantly think
they
that.
This is how it is. So sometimes when you see the perception, and I hate to say it because I still have nightmares, because at a young, early points in my life, you know, trickery and deceit worked against me because I didn't understand it.
Me too, yeah.
You know, when somebody, this dude got a problem with this dude and he has a problem over here, so he'd come tell you what he really did to him, he did, so he could kill 2 birds with one stone. Sir. Then you find out later in the game, dude ain't had nothing to do with it, but the whole time it was about his broad, right? Yeah. So, you know, when you dealing with these type of things, is there. The younger generation ain't gonna understand it. Respectfully, we bragged about selling the dope. They bragged about using the dope. Yeah. So when you using the dope, your scruples here ain't doing this. We don't sleep, we rest.
Yes.
I can tell you right now, you done got up several times, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's something here, you gotta pull it out. You pace in the backyard, you just, you know, it's something you thinking about, right? So the youngsters, anything you tell them, they going off with their hand.
I hate that
they
for them
thinking
too.
About it.
Yeah, I hate that for them too, man, because they lost in La La Land. You could tell them anything, they gonna move with it. You know what I'm saying? And but you understand that again. We're gonna get to some of the narratives that because you a hell of a nigga with the narrative shit. You know how to paint a narrative, turn a narrative, twist a narrative.
I protect a lot of people, but some people is like, I give warning to a lot of people that only they know I'm giving them a warning. You know, I might say something and only they know what I'm saying, but it's like, stop playing.
Yeah.
You know, because, and people, the biggest thing I hear is, how does he got all this information?
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing. First, whatever is court documented is public record. First of all. Now, if we don't know you, we don't know you. But once we done bumped heads, like I got that Clubhouse app, I done took that app and turned it, that's a straight penitentiary. I got divisions.
Yeah.
If you go on Clubhouse and say, who's the queen of the hunter side, they're going to say R&B.
Yeah. I think is funny,
I got security, I got spies, I got research team, and the exposers is military dudes, dudes that do paralegal work. They don't talk, they don't do much, but once it's time to go, right, they gonna dig into you.
But you know what I think, even if we rewind back to the pandemic, because a part of me, I really want to talk about this Clubhouse thing. Even if we rewind back to the pandemic, I say, when I did an interview with Reggie White a long time ago.
Bro, yeah,
and I was telling him, man, I don't like how the Big U and Wack shit, man, because they showed a lot of the youngsters that red and blue made green.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like it, and we'll get to that in a minute, but let's just speak about Clubhouse for a minute. I would say, man, this Wack running that shit like a real prison.
That's a fact.
Like a gang, and he got folks respecting the hierarchy and all kind of shit. I'm tripping off that, but that's one of your strong suits is like you know how to congregate and lead and make because you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you the reason why leading is easy to me. I was taught young by my homeboy Lil Man from Six Deuce Brim. I hit that penitentiary as a pup, 16, 17. And he was a lifer. He home now, doing great. He said, you got 2 ways you can do it. The dictatorship, which keeps the body weak because once you knock the head off, it can't function. Or the teacher and the student. And the goal is, as a teacher, right, as I am to you right now, you're my student, is to turn your student into a teacher, right? He said, now something that come along with that. I said, what's that? He said, it's dues and debts to those before you. You got to remain a stronger soldier for the ones to follow. The mission is to move forward. To get there means not to know how far to go. So I was a student when I hit that yard. And I absorbed it and became a teacher. And then as a teacher, I started teaching other students. See, when you running that shot caller thing, right, you want to keep everything weak and dependent and fear of you. But once you fall, the cause is going to fall.
But it's still a little bit of fear. It's still, because they don't respect nothing but violence and fear. So you still had there's still an element of people that was on Clubhouse that's in your rooms and your part of your congregation that when you raise your voice or you go get the big mic, tend to.
Well, see, that only happens to dope, because see, you got to remember, it got so big over there to where you start having people sending people to infiltrate to try to figure out what we was doing. Bro, that shit ain't closed down. For 3.5 years, the 100 side of Clubhouse been open 24/7. It's compiled of 15 rooms. I got a squad that schedules the rooms. We got back check.
It's like a company.
I got a security room back check. If R&B hits the app and she in the room and she start having a back and forth, one of the spies is gonna send the link to where she's at. They gonna say the queen getting into it. The security of the 100 side beast, you know.
When you say security, you basically just talking about just finna come hollering and screaming and get your ass off.
You know, you got homies out your block that can say the most heinous shit, bad talk about you, like, right? I got a squad of these crazy people that's what they do. I got administration people. When it's time, if I say, yo, Loon coming to Clubhouse, they gonna go create PTRs, the artwork with you. They gonna have the room in uniform, the questions they gonna ask. They, like, you know what I'm saying?
You running it like a company, man. Like, but I wonder, because again, let's back up to the pandemic time. You had no interaction with social audio before that.
DJ K Slay, he made me get on the internet. We fought. Wack 100 was created because of K Slay on Instagram. He made me stop, pull over, pull out your phone, download the app. I put in Wack, it wasn't available. I put in Wack 1, it wasn't. If Wack 100 wouldn't have been available, I'd have been Wack 1000.
Right.
Wack 100 was available, right? So K Slay, I never forget, he said, hey, little bro, they got this thing called Clubhouse. He said, there's few things going on I don't like. They got all the celebrities over there.
Invite only at that time.
It was invite only.
Yeah.
He said, but the celebrities, some of these clowns, be talking down to the regular people. Now, K Slay is a dude that likes to mingle with the regular people, right? He said, I'm gonna have somebody else send you an invite because whatever you do, the invitee get in trouble for.
Right.
And I know you finna come over. I don't know what you gonna do. And sure enough, I came over there and it would be some celebrities talking crazy or talking, belittling the people. And I'd be like, bro, what's up? They were like, who is that? This Wack. Wack. I'm like, yeah, you remember? When you was in the studio, you the one got slapped in the studio and stripped. That's you, right? So when word got out, Wack on Clubhouse, all the ones who knew they had the dirt either humbled themselves or they left.
Right. That's crazy to me, man, because
there's a lot of them, Loon.
Yeah.
Loon, you got to remember, I'm one of one. I'm the only one like me that come from the generation I come from in the business and know what I know and have seen what I've seen that will voice it and stand on these platforms. You got a lot of people that know some things, but they not gonna sit there and they ain't gonna talk about it. But you got a lot of people been on it on the street side, but not on the corporate side.
Right.
I done been in the building. I done been over here. I know about that. I was there for that. I was there for this. This is why me and Reg get along so well, right? And when Suge go to playing, every now and then we gotta like spanking, like, bro, Gones, I don't know why you would want to whack Reg and Ray J. That's bad. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you understand? The shit we know.
Yeah, cause Reggie would know some shit.
Mob James did what he did. But what you can't take from him, without Mob James, the stigma of death row wouldn't have been there.
So he was pushing the line.
He brought the strength. Can't nobody, all these names you hear, Montreal, Timmy, them Mob James little brothers, his real little brothers.
Right.
Mob brought the strength. He brought the gangster shit over there.
Yeah.
You know.
So what, Suge wasn't no gangster?
No, Suge, listen, bro, put it like this. You was not born coming up in Compton and you making it to college. The college was the penitentiary. All you got to do is look at his age group, at his age bracket, and you tell me how many people either your ass died or your ass was in the penitentiary, right?
Right.
He got the money. He grew up over there as Reggie grew up over there. But Reggie was a cop.
Right.
His father was a cop. So Suge played it right. This wasn't just a cop he hired. This is somebody he knew that grew up over there. Mob James and them over there putting in work.
Yeah.
They on some street shit. They hustling. Right? So Suge got the bag and he brought them around him. But see, what happens is when somebody like you come where you come from and get the bag, we hustle on the block to get off the block.
Exactly.
When you a dude that never was on the block and you get the bag, you run back to the block.
That's a mistake.
You want that notoriety.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
We know that, but he ain't go through what you went through.
Yeah. So that's crazy. So you say he basically got rich and then wanted to really push the power rule, the blood shit, the gangster shit.
Bro, dude didn't make it to the penitentiary till he was damn near 30 or some shit.
See, that ain't cool.
Right? Yeah. But he, you know, he was infatuated with these stories and, you know.
But we saw him pushing the line, though. We saw him get into it and, well, he had a presence.
When have you ever seen Suge?
Yeah.
Suge.
Yeah. He just had a
get into it.
Yeah.
When the homies bagged up, you start seeing Suge get hands put on him.
Right.
Because I was the last one to tell him, hey, look, bro, you got the whole industry spooked. Every time we pull up, it's scattering. I'm thinking we here to have a conversation with these people and there's other shit you doing.
Yeah.
You know, he did something to the FUBU cats that I'm like, bro, what you doing? You can't do that. They're a pillar in the on what's going on. Let's sit down and talk business with these people, right? So everybody started to get away because, and that's why Ray J did what he did. He said, Wack, you smart, you got connects, and you dirty, filthy. I'm R&B, but I'm a little dirty, filthy R&B. We gonna let you use your connects and let's get this thing done in the building.
Yeah.
At the time, Stutterbox from Main Street was my neighbor. Stutterbox had the relationship with Shaq. I had the relationship with K Slay. So we brought that all together. Stutterbox used the Shaq to get us in the building. I used the K Slay. If you go look at All I Feel, K Slay is the A&R of that album. Or that R&B album.
Okay.
So I'm standing on Ray J's side as management.
Right.
Stutterbox is standing on Shaq and them side. They tried to get rid of Box and etch him out when the business was going, but I told him you can't send. Ray J kept it gangster. And like, we finna send you and Ray J your check. I said, you got to pay Box. We ain't paying Box. If it wasn't for Boxes, wouldn't have come together. Or keep the checks.
Right.
They like, well, we don't want to deal with him. I said, well, send me Box check.
Yeah.
And they sent it to me. Yeah. So they sent it to me. I'll never forget, it was the name of like Platinum West, and I got him his bag, and we kept moving from there. But yeah.
But so I'm saying with Suge though, there's so many stories about him smacking this or doing this to Dre. They had a couple stories. They say he done shit to Dre with these rappers and producers and shit. So I don't know
let me tell you what he did to Dre. He made Dre reach into himself and challenge himself. Now, let's talk about it. Death Row, yes, Suge's company. Suge is a marketing genius. That's his strength. Running the company, the creativity of it, all that's Dre, that's Reggie,
right.
That's all these other, even Snoop. You got to get with the Snoop.
Yeah,
because,
shout out to Snoop.
Okay, watch this. Prior to Tupac going to jail, all the BS that was going on with Tupac in the streets with law enforcement and all that, you ever heard Suge mention the Tupac? You know where him going to get Tupac out of jail come from? Snoop.
I didn't know that.
Snoop Dogg said,
go get him.
We need to go get him. We need him.
Yeah.
Everybody turned their back on him. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Right? Suge listened to him. He went and did what he did. Right? This is why it hurt Snoop so much when Pac turned on him the way he turned on him. Because you got to remember, while you was in jail, Snoop was cool with Bad Boy. While you was on the street doing what you was doing, Snoop was cool with Bad Boy. Now, we all know and understand that Suge is letting you run your play. Wasn't no death row Bad Boy problems prior to that.
Right.
But when you get out, Suge riding away. Back then, conflict sold units.
Yeah.
Right? So Suge letting you run your play. You think Bad Boy and Death Row didn't have enough money to get rid of one another? That's what they wanted to do. Yeah. Right?
It felt like they were trying to on the low though.
No, they what? It ain't no trying to. You niggas just making $200-300 million a year.
Well, two of them niggas did get hit now.
Who?
Pac and Biggie gone.
Okay, now let's talk about that. Pac's original beef with Bad Boy is him saying they set me up. Now let's talk about it.
5 times he got hit.
Let's talk about it. Biggie and Puff already at Quad. They don't know you coming to Quad. The only people know you coming to Quad is that paid you to come lay a verse.
Yeah, but I don't gotta know you coming. If I just get wind you there.
No, hold on. You ever been to Quad?
Yeah.
When you up top, you know you can look down.
Yeah.
Right? They see him when he walking down the
That's
sidewalk.
all you need.
Hold on. He got 15 steps to the to the entry to the lobby, and it's another 10 steps to that little elevator?
Yeah.
Do you really think Biggie and Puff, that's every bit of 90 seconds, had the resources to within 90 seconds assemble the team that was gonna meet Pac at that elevator? No, they was waiting on him.
Okay, yeah, that makes
so when
sense.
you factor that in,
right?
They was waiting on.
Now, how do we know that they didn't know he was coming now?
They didn't know he was coming.
Because sometimes, like, you can have...
He was coming to lay a verse.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when a big name is coming to, like with me and Herb, what we finna do with Herbo, where we going at, they are prepared knowing that me and Herbo will be there at this time. Like, so it can be rumblings amongst the people.
Good question. So, okay. We know he coming. We didn't put the shooters outside to rob him. Not to kill him, to rob him, because they come to rob him. They're going to kill him on the sidewalk.
Right.
We seen, boom. Next thing we know, we hear shots. Loon. We hear the shots, and we know that we lined him.
Yeah.
Are we staying in the studio, or are we coming down to the scene?
Staying in the studio. They came down?
They come down. They heard the shots. They say, yo, ain't Pac down
or
there?
If we playing some mental tricks, though. We know mental tricks being played, man.
No, we talking about Biggie and Puff, right? Puff ain't dealing with that type of...
They ain't on that.
The man ain't no punk, but he
and all. Yeah, they
running into the...
You got to be deep in to have that type mentality. You
gotta be one of them,
for
right?
For sure.
You know that go to the funeral, pay for the funeral, cry with the family.
That.
Right?
Nigga,
they not on that.
Right.
Pac looks up, and the first people he see
is them down.
Y'all did it. Now what's crazy is the gunman didn't even want to spark him. Pac sparked first. He hit himself. He sparked on the pool.
Damn.
So when he sparked, they spark.
I ain't know that. I ain't never heard of that.
They come down. They hear the shots. Yo, ain't come down. He look up. You set me up. Bro, they brought the up. They trying to say that we gonna step over and keep moving.
Yeah, for sure.
If we didn't send the people, right? So that whole thing is what brought on the so-called beef. This is why Biggie whole mentality was, nah, man, we ain't did that. And do you really think if them boys had something to do with that, they was that bold to come to Cali? In they head, we ain't did nothing. They ain't understanding sometimes.
What it, nigga, it's perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
They don't understand that sometimes.
Yeah. So they played with fire and came on back this way.
But then again, let's talk about it. Was Biggie a gangster? Was he a hustler?
A hustler. I don't see him as a gangster.
Was Puff a gangster or a hustler?
A hustler too.
Okay, so the shit we talking about is gangster mentality.
Yeah.
And they head like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, we ain't did that.
Yeah, so
but I still don't. I mean, if we know now, was it smoke in the ad that time with them though, or was that the first interaction where he felt as though him and Bad Boy had a problem?
It was no problems.
It was no problems before that.
No problems, bro.
And then Pac took that juice and said, "Man, y'all gonna pay for this."
Yeah, it went. You know how many I know that started wars on some felonious BS?
Yeah.
You know, and it then went so far that they bet not come out and tell the truth.
Yeah, because there's too much casualties of
too
war, collateral damage.
Now they want to see you cry.
Yeah.
They want to see about your mama. They want you know what I'm saying? They want to see about your kids, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it get like that sometimes. This is why you can't just come tell me anything. Because I know the trickery and deceit. I learned that at a very young age.
Did too.
It's tattooed on my arm.
Yeah.
It just used to be my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then I put chosen few. And up under it say trickery and deceit. So this is when I became a clique. Cause everything, it's no way you're gonna be able to understand and know what everybody owns.
Yeah.
But you get your clique, 10, 15 of y'all, you can learn each other's characters and personalities. And a lot of them is thinking likewise like you. And that's what that was. But when it come to Suge, let's be real. I'm going to ask you. Because a lot of y'all get caught up in the perpetrating the fraud. What's Suge in jail for? Right now, what are you in jail for? Now, before you answer that, Loon, I want you to think about what is Suge in jail for.
He ran dude over, right? He ran somebody over. Because I think they were telling him to get out the car.
To what?
Was it for a fade?
Okay.
Yeah, but I think... Well,
oh, no. So he in jail because what? He didn't want to what? So you kill your homeboy, you end up... That's his homeboy he ran over. They was dogs. That's his homie. Bone, you know who Bone is. You done watch him in movies.
Yeah.
Training Day and all that's Bone. Brooklyn's finest.
Yeah.
Bone want to fade. Why Bone want to fade? Because you just went to his work site on Straight Outta Compton where he had a security tripping, and Bone, y'all start getting into it, and the people say, Bone, take an early lunch. Because you know Bone on the clock.
Yeah.
Bone see you. You tell Bone what he won't do and you acting tough. Because all the police is here. So now that's on the east side. Now you on the west side. Bone see you. He see the truck, jump on the truck, fire your shit up. Bam, bam, get out. Let's get out. Okay, if he would have put it in park.
But was the Bone strapped though?
Bone had a walkie-talkie on him. And I'm going to tell you what it was. It was too many politics right there. You had Terry Carter right there. And you had another dude whose house is right in back of theirs. That's a G homie at that time, right? Wasn't finna be none of that. And you had a few other cats out there. So now, if Suge would have put it in park, all Bone wanted is a fade. And Bonehead, I can whoop you.
Yeah.
So if he'd have put it in park, got out, and took a fade, there's a good chance Terry Carter wouldn't have been killed.
He killed two people?
No, he killed Terry Carter. He ran over Bone
and then killed
Terry Carter. Okay. Ran him over unintentionally. He intended to do it, but it happened.
Right.
But if you in park, you ain't gonna run nobody over.
Yeah.
Took his fade, whether he got his ass whooped, whatever may have happened. He ain't in the penitentiary till he's 70. Terry Carter still here. So in essence, Suge is in the penitentiary because he was scared to take his one-on-one.
But it also feels like Suge, like I say, bro, a lot of people look at him from the game saying he pushed the line. Now you saying the presence around him was pushing the line.
They don't get him people they credit.
Yeah, but he was up there by himself trying to push the line, looking for Dre or looking for some nigga.
They was in his neighborhood. They was in his neighborhood. They in his neighborhood. So when he pop up, his homies there, security detail, whatever. Now what Bone was wrong at, Suge didn't really come push the line. He was told to come up there. They knew he was coming. But
who Dre them? Or
they knew he was coming to get their business. They knew he was coming, right? Bone didn't know that.
Bone feeling the way about the other shit, so he saying, man.
Bone didn't know. Bone thought he coming up there on some BS.
Again.
See, it's like this, Loon. If I know you, right, and I know that's your thing, you run a security detail. I got a problem with that man, right? I'm going to say, Loon, you know I need to see him. You're going to be like, Wack, come on, bro. You know I'm working. I'm going to be like, you got that. I'm not coming nowhere around it. Because then I'm disrespecting you.
Fact.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I pop up at that point in time, you like, Wack, you put me in a situation. This is how I'm eating and feeding my family, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to test me and challenge me in front of these people, me and you supposed to be solid?
Right.
So Bone felt like that's what he was doing. They didn't communicate with Bone that he had an invite to come up and discuss whatever he was going to discuss. So Bone wasn't wrong, but he wasn't right either. But when they got away from it, I say that to say this. You put anybody with 50, 60, 30, 40 real wolves.
Yeah, they act different. It's a different energy.
It's different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our president of our United States, whatever they may be, is going to beat their chest to any country.
So let me ask you this then. If we talk about Suge, because we seen Tekashi in New York kind of get the respect because he had the bag, are you telling me that out here on the West Coast, the Wolves respect the fact that Suge had the bag and not necessarily that he was going to align pushing himself?
You got to remember, Death Row was the biggest visible company when it came to how to get out the streets to our streets. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they respected that, right? But when you
see, sometimes the Wolves are like, you know what I mean? Can't no sucker be right. The Wolves ain't really following behind. You got to be a leader of the pack, my nigga. So I'm trying to figure out.
And I see it even more now, Loon. I see real rats. Everybody know they told. Wide open. Can pull up. Niggas is in these big bodies. They making sure he's straight, he's straight, he's straight. They got their bag.
Wolves though.
Listen, they got a new generation called killer rats.
Yeah, I know.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they ratted. But these same dudes was known for doing what they did for decades and decades and decades. They chose to do what they did, but they ain't forgot how to do what they do. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, got the bag now, right? Feed the people, gonna lead the people.
Yeah, and I know that when we talk about, but I'm saying, cause my vision of wolves, I'm talking about the wolves. I ain't talking about the people and the sheep.
Bro, let me tell you something.
I'm talking about leading the
Suge,
wolves.
one thing I can say, Suge had one of the most treacherous crews when it came to this. Rock Chisholm, Mob Bob Gotti, Neckbone, Lip Dog. When it came to the cripping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both sides.
When it come to the cripping, you know what I'm saying? He had the wolves from over there.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The essays, he had them wolves. It was wolves. So now, let's factor in Snoop Dogg. Snoop had a big fave. Them had a team. So if it's a Snoop Dogg video shoot, Death Row gonna be there. Snoop Dogg squad gonna be there.
And then he can basically put wolves against wolves, meaning that I got so many little packs of wolves that if you cross me, you may not got to deal with me. You might got to deal with these other wolves that's on my payroll.
You wasn't finna, bro, listen. He had a squad around him that was not to be played with. Lil Knob, and he had a squad. But these was decorated warriors, not soldiers.
Right.
These is warriors.
See, that's why I can't understand how you telling me the Warriors is respecting a sucker. I just can't get it. I don't understand.
What it is you can hit the sucker once for a bag and get rid of him. You can get paid 1 million times.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the dope game. Now, if Suge would have been a drug dealer and it was all about getting rid of him, gets you to the plug, they'd have been got him out of there. This is a record company.
Yeah.
This is a label.
Yeah.
So they got to depend on him to do whatever it is he doing. They don't understand what he doing.
Right.
For it to trickle down to take care of these in these Lexuses and these Benzes and these condos and all so on and so forth.
That makes sense.
I'm not going to say Suge didn't have no heart. I'm not going to say he's a coward or a punk. I'm just going to say he wasn't them. He wasn't a Mob James. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wasn't them. You know what I'm saying? So, and it took that to give him the stigma that, they're going to death row.
Yeah. Cause they pushed the line, bro.
Oh no,
wasn't playing them death row.
But you got
they might be one of the most ruthless crews in hip hop that hip hop ever seen.
That's a fact.
I'm not sure you could say any of these other niggas, like when they see some of these other crews and record labels, ain't really being like, hey yo, them woo de woo niggas in the building now, let's get up out of here.
Oh no, it was a problem. No, it was bro. You had the likes of Key Rock. Key Rock, listen.
I hear that name a lot too.
Talking about Big U. No, that's Big U, big homie. Right? And it's savage. Me and Key Rock got cool in a melee. We back to back, squabbling 10, 15 from the Snoop Dogg side of shit.
Yeah.
Right? And when the smoke clear, he tell Reggie, because he was working for Death Row, Reggie. Cause when the smoke clear, I go into who I am. Limousine driver out, you in the back. Yo, what you doing? Cause I know these Nate Dogg and all these come from Death Row. They understand the parking lot of Death Row, the structure of Death Row. I'm not gonna let no goddamn limo driver drive me into something.
Yeah.
Some gangster shit going on right now. Right? So Keita Rock is watching. He say, Reg was back to back with me. He didn't do no running. I watched him regulate the limo, get back, block the streets off. We need him to come around more. So when Reg reached for me, I said, Reg, listen, I'm a businessman. I got a lot of questions I like to ask. Y'all need me to come out time to time. I ain't got no problem with that. But I need some information from you too. So Reggie, my homie Pooh Rada, is what brought me around Death Row. Pooh was in the pen with Suge. And when he paroled, he wanted to be goon. That's all Pooh Roo. He's a rider, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So Reggie is the one that made the verbal introduction to Suge with me. Cause he like, yo, it's this dude named Wack. He got his own money. He got a business, but he's smart, but the gangster, and boom, boom, boom. So that's how me and Suge had a direct.
But is that why he tried to play on the he was my driver? Like, what make Suge say shit like that?
Suge has never called me his driver.
I think I heard him say that, bro.
I don't think, no, he had called me a trucker.
That's what it was. My bad, yeah.
He had never called, see, anybody that knows Suge know, it's only one person that could drive him, and that's the police security. He literally had a Benz with the front seat out on the passenger side, and he was sitting in the back seat. He ain't gonna let none of the homies, he might let a female or something. He'll let a homie follow him. But the only picture on the internet of me and Suge is me in the passenger seat, Suge driving a red Bentley. He'll say the trucker. We know all his code names.
Right.
He say PlayStation, that's Game. Pork butt, that's Reggie. The trucker, that's me. Right. He say like Crenshaw, that's Big U.
Yeah.
Like he got a code name for everybody, right?
Right.
So, but that wasn't cause when he asked me, he said, bro, when he come home, he said, I need you with me every day. I said, I'm doing $250,000 in my trucks. I said, I tell you what, you give me $500,000 up front, I'll give you a year. After that year, if it's going right, then we could do it. Other than that, ain't no way. Cause this Simon shit he was doing, this is why when people call him Simon, I look at him.
What's Simon? What's that?
Hey, go run in the store and get a bag of liquids. Why I gotta do it? Simon said do it.
Yeah, nah, we ain't.
But if you got a death row chain on, you driving a death row car, living in a death row house,
right,
eating off a death row check.
Yeah.
Right? So my whole thing is I do business with you. But we not doing that. And to this date, I shook a lot of hands. So the value in doing that run with him was some of the people I met. But to this day, Suge in my pocket, I ain't never made a dime with him. He didn't got it out of me. I didn't bury his mama. I didn't put him in hotels. I didn't did all kind of, Suge went broke. 05, 06, it was over with.
What caused him to go broke?
Not going to court, lawsuits.
See, them lawsuits will get a
blackballed. Not being smart with his distribution. He kept saying he ain't got distribution, but yet he had Koch. He would have been the first one independent ahead of everybody, but he wanted back in the UMG system.
Yeah.
Why? Because he didn't have a team around him that knew how to do it.
He didn't know the business.
You see how you know how to do what you know how to do?
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't know if that man would have went and ran all this stuff through Koch, he would have been 10 years ahead of everybody. But he wanted, I want back with the majors.
Yeah. Because it's easy with the majors. They do all the heavy lifting. You just look good.
See, a person to tell you they made $100 million with the majors, right?
Right.
And the other dude to say he made $40 million on the minors. The making $40 million is doing better than $100 million, because off the rip, 50% of that $100 million is gone because it's staying with the majors, and then everything you didn't spent come out of your 50.
They pencil whooping you. They whooping
everything you spent come out of your 50. The minor, that's all him. People don't think that way. It's perception.
Right.
People want to be seen in that light.
Yeah. When you talk about Key Rock, where's he at now? Key
Rock from Rolling 60s. He's doing time in Arizona. He got about a year, 18 months. Real respectable dude, one of my comrades. See, Big U was probably the third Rolling 60 that I had comrade with. Before Big U, it was a Key Rock, it was a S-Mac. S-Mac still here, he just moved under the radar. Very respectable dude.
How you think they feel about you though?
Who?
You, and because with all the shit with Big U.
Key Rock just called me 2 months ago. S-Mac been my comrade. It ain't nothing changed.
That's deep.
You gotta remember, bro, they ain't stupid, right? People know they homeboy. So when you look up and you like, well, we know that, and that come from Wack's positioning, right? So they gonna call me, Wack, what happened? When I tell them what happened, I hate to say it, I was already warned on what would happen. I just was being a brother to the brother. If I would have listened to what I was being told prior to, I would have been got out the way and just a lot wouldn't have happened for him. See, the Big U that we've read about in this RICO paperwork, I never met him. I met Big U in 04. When he come home, his thing is business. He trying to figure out the business. We quickly realized that he's a dude with influence, but his wits, his attention span, his patience wasn't there. So if you call Big U about something, yeah, talk to Big U about it. I think he got something like that going on. He'll call 2, 3 other people on the phone and you will end up discussing your business with them. You got to them through Big U, so he in the pot anyway. Right. So we didn't mind that, so we just kept positioning, right? We all doing what we doing already, right? Big U come after the flow was already happening. Him saying it tripped me out when he said, yeah, I remember when Suge had all his money. Bro, you paroled in 04. Suge was bankrupt in 05. When you paroled, it was already.
After how many years he did?
Oh, Big U?
Yeah.
Big U did, Eddie Boy did 16, 17. Big U did like 13, 12,
So he
13.
missed the whole death row?
Yeah, he wasn't there
So when he came home, Suge didn't have nothing.
No, it was gone. He wasn't around for none of that. Even Corrupt, the one kind of walked into the door. Corrupt was on his back at that time. You know, he had come back to death row. Remember, Snoop and them wasn't dealing with him.
Right.
He come back to death row. So, you know, he never got a chance to see what that was. He just heard about what that was. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But so, what I'm tripping off of, if these dudes is Big U big homies, and they still have a relationship with you, that says something. It speaks volumes, one, but also I'm wondering how much of that you can really trust and lean on, because you know they fall under the same thing. It's like,
nah, Loon, the people that I have a comradeship with are wolves. I'm a wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
yeah,
Everybody I deal with from wherever they from are renegades, right? They gonna do what they wanna do. And they team, it may be, is gonna move how they say move. So when you got somebody telling you, hey, we've been rocking a long time, watch your step. What you mean? Pay attention to this, that. Every now and then I'll be like, hey man, boom, boom, boom. You like, I told you watch your step.
yeah.
They stayed out the way, but they stayed close enough to tap me on my shoulder. This is why when he did what he did, I handled it the way I handled it. You got to remember, he was asleep. He didn't know that them people in that office called and told me what he did.
Yeah, let's talk about that too, because he denied that. He said, man, you know, so for
listen?
people who don't know.
Did you listen to what he said? You gotta listen. See, he ain't too smart. So when he's trying to defend himself, he's gonna talk and say things that don't make sense.
So for people who don't know, you and Big U initially fell out, according to you, because he reached out to the people you were doing business with and tried to basically, I guess, stronghold or strong arm your relationship and your contracts.
What the initial, and see, when I read the RICO paperwork, I know what I'm reading. I know who all the witnesses and victims are by what they saying.
Yeah.
So the initial started over a studio, right? It was a dude named, they called him Waterhead or Big Head or something. He building a studio in North Hollywood. London, or somebody hit me and said, Wack, you looking for a studio for Game? They got one over there, go holler at him. When I go over there, he wants me to invest in the overall studio business. I said, nah, I don't want to run the studio business. At the time, the spot is gutted, it's just framed out. I said, I tell you what I will do. I give you 150 up front, but this room I want extended, and this room will be Game's room only. You won't be able to rent this out. I said, because he told me he needed 150 to build it out.
He needed some help on it. Yeah.
I give you that 150. This room is Game room. I said, now I ain't gonna screw you because you hurting. 2 years, we ain't gonna pay you nothing. After the 2 years, we'll give you $1,500, $2,000 a month or whatever. Now, why would I do that? Well, I know what my goddamn recording budget is over here. If I got a recording budget over here of $250,000 a year, I'm gonna give you 150. Me and Game still 100 up. In the next 2 years,
it's free.
It's 250, 250. It's a half a thing coming to us, right? It's free. So, there's no Big U in the picture. I know Big U, we know each other, but he doing what he doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. No Big U's in the picture. Studio go up, boom, boom, boom. I tell the dude, hey, this room is exclusive to Game. Don't call me to ask if somebody can use it. It's Game's room. He didn't have to put no equipment. Frame it up, we put all Game's equipment in there, right? Probably about 9-10 months as we there, I guess he somehow meets Big U. I come over there, I see Big U there. Bro, what up, man? This is y'all been working here, we got a room in the back. Cool, ain't no big deal. Me seeing Big U and Big U seeing me, that's just more strength there for one another.
Right.
Mine's work for his work for me. That's what it was, right? So one day, dude called me, hey, what up? Hey man, Big U wanna know could he use the room? No. Why are you calling me with this? Can you call and ask Game? No. I don't even ask Game if I can use the room. That's his room.
You know, he might have thought he could call you because you had some kind of relationship, but still,
shit.
Yeah, he ain't supposed to do
what
it.
What he did at that point is, instead of him saying that room exclusive to Game, Wack don't even use it, he goes back and he tells Big U, Nah, you can't use a room. Wack said no. Now let's go back to the RICO paperwork. In there it says either witness to or victim to, which is the Grammy nominated producer. It says, Big U says, I want to break Whoop de Whoop jaw for getting me and Wack into it. Big U don't say nothing to me. He calls Molly Mall, right? And say, yeah, this Wack denied me using the studio. I feel like that's a whoop, 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 whatever. Molly Mall calls me and tell me, you know, dude a little upset about whatever just went on with the studio. I said, I ain't talked to Big U about the studio, but I talked to the other nigga. So now I don't call the other nigga, I call Big U. Hey, homie, for one, why is you sending somebody at me to ask me something you supposed to been asking me? I would have just told you. You feeling some kind of way right now because you know I told another no and another I told you no because you sent him at me.
Yeah.
Big U ain't no damn fool. How else would I know he feeling some kind of way? He know Molly Mall told me. So in the RICO, when you read it, that's what we talking about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the friction started. So now let's go to phase 2.
So before you go there, after that, was it any issue with you and him? Did y'all go back to kicking it? Is it cool?
No, because you got to remember, I don't kick it with no.
Right. Y'all do business.
All my comrades, we are holler on the phone.
Yeah.
It ain't a man unless we on tour that'll tell you they done been with Wack 2-3 days in a row.
Me either. Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Facts.
So when I tell somebody I ran with a nigga 15, 16 years, that's just, we was cordial, we did business. He had access to me, I had access to him. Get what I'm saying? So,
but you also said I've been to his house. I can walk in his
front yard. Been to my house too.
So that mean that's a little deeper.
No,
than just,
because guess what? It's some niggas that go to the house every day. Big U had a crew that every morning they was at his house.
Yeah,
them niggas lifting weights in the backyard.
Yeah.
Wack ain't part of that crew.
Right.
But if Big U needed to get somewhere, he knew the code to the gate. If I needed to get somewhere, I knew how to get to his crib. We was definitely cool like that. Families knew each other. Kids called each other aunt. Definitely cool like that.
Right.
Even when the beef was going on, it was still, I saved his son. Nigga was finna kill his son in the studio. I did what I was supposed to do to disarm the individual. Nephew, what you want to do? I want to whoop him. Whooped him, put his son in my car, and took him home.
While the beef was going on.
While the beef is full-fledged on fire. Right? This is real. But on the flip side, it's BET weekend. My baby mom and my daughter go to the celebrity basketball game. It's at Crenshaw High. People sending me pictures. Wack, what's up? I look at the pictures. It's my baby mom and my daughter. Guess who 2 feet behind them? Big U. Man, you don't think it's a problem? No, he just making sure they straight. I didn't have an inkling in my mind that, right?
Y'all nigga playing, that's.
No, but this what it was. But so now let's go to phase 2. Me and Stunner start doing business. I kick off Cash Money West. He had a group called OSB, on some bullshit.
Yeah.
I really like the 2 youngsters. They're really cool dudes, both of them, right? So you got to remember, man, in the hearts of men, and I learned this the hard way, and I don't know if you've been in this, it's times to where the more you help somebody and they see you can help them, they start getting envious of what you able to do for them and what they can't do. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22. You damned if you do, damned if you don't. So when I kick off the Cash Money West thing, I got the whole West Coast, Savvy Third, Blueface, boom, I'm riding in a red rag Chevy playing Crip music. Is mad. I want the internet on fire because if you talking about Wack playing the Crip music, what Crip music? Savvy Third, Blueface. I'm marketing.
Right.
I know what I'm doing. It's business with me, right?
Yeah.
So now it boom. Big U has always wanted to have a position in music as being that guy, right? He wasn't around for Corrupt. That was Keita Rock and S-Mac them era. They did all that.
Yeah.
When that was what that was, right?
Yeah.
So now, in his head, he felt like he's supposed to be the man.
He want a piece of it.
He want to be the one.
Yeah.
His head, I tried to do business with Birdman. How could you do it? And why? All right, look, I don't know what you tried to do with Stunner. Whatever relationship you got with Stunner, you got a relationship with QCP. I got a relationship with QCP.
Yeah.
Right? It's obviously his respect on both sides.
Facts.
But what he's done for you and what he's done for me is that's just what he did.
Right.
They don't cross.
Right.
I'm not finna go to P talking about, hey man, what the hell you do for Wack?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
you and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So then that added to the little argument about the studio. But the argument amongst brothers was just that. It was arguing amongst brothers. I'm sitting back.
So he came to you about your business with Birdman.
What he did is he called one of the homies and said, the and everybody else, why he ain't reached down here and signed my group. Right? So now you got to remember, I get flack. All he want to do is business with the Crips. Listen, brother, I'm not a gang banger. I ain't been a gang banger for 25 years. I'm from where I'm from. I don't wake up hating a Negro because of a color. I've been outgrew that.
Right.
So if I'm looking at the analytics and I'm looking at what's going on, and when I go say, okay, this person right here is the one I think I can grow, right? If this person is a midget, a homosexual, a transgender, a Crip, a blood, whatever he may be, that's the person based upon the business I want to do business with. At the time, Blueface and Savvy Third is outrunning everybody. You got a little Negro running around, jumping on top of his car in front of the high schools and saying, I'm going to be at this high school next Friday. People ditching school. You got crowds of fans. He done built something for himself. He just so happened to be a Crip. I don't care. I'm not finna deny no young man a shot at something if he's deserving of it because he's from somewhere. It ain't gonna happen with me. That ain't what I'm gonna do.
Well, you did say you ain't gonna with the Mexicans because they from somewhere.
That's cap because I had a Mexican group called Coyote.
A certain kind of Mexican.
Sureños.
Yeah.
That's a fact because on this West Coast, I'm an ex-convict, homie. I didn't walk a lot of prison lines. I understand that. You get what I'm saying? And for me to do that puts my people in jeopardy because I know how that works. You take a Sureño, turn him into a Kendrick Lamar, they gonna come talk to you. So Loon, you done took $1 million of your money, invested, rolled the dice, built this dude. Now the dudes pulled up in your office telling you they need a cut. What you gonna tell them?
Ain't nothing.
Okay, bam. Now watch, remember what you dealing with. So now, what they're gonna do out here, A. Holmes and his uncle in Folsom, yeah, they gonna stab his uncle up, and then had an uncle tell his sister, tell him to cooperate with them.
Yeah.
Now, dude ain't showing up to the sessions. He ain't doing what I need him to do because that's controlling him. I understand that. So but now
you didn't feel that about the Crip card though.
No, not at all. Because the only ones I dealt with, it's a lot of them I won't deal with. The only Crips I deal with is an individual that's a wolf. That's gonna make his Blueface ain't never one time told me I gotta talk to my homeboys about my business.
Yeah.
He told me, hey Wack, this my team right here. Learn who they are in case they somewhere I'm not. Respect them like you respect me. I never had to go sit down with his hood.
Right.
He did his business as a man.
Yeah.
And then he introduced me to the people that supported him. When I went to a few Damus, you know what they told me? I'ma holler at my homies and see what they think. I never heard nothing back. The first two dudes I went to was RJ, and he had some contractual things going on. I believe RJ would have did the business. And a dude named Rucci from Inglewood. And I went to Rucci because I did time with his daddy. Taco from NHP, right? So when I went to Rucci said he had to check in with his homies. I didn't sign 2 other after the fact and dropped the hit and still never heard nothing from him. So I'm doing business. The streets don't dictate my corporate business. That ain't gonna happen. And I'm not gonna bring the corporate shit to the streets. So when I do business with 6ix9ine, when somebody call me and say, hey, we got $500,000 for a date over here in Brazil, right? When I went and did an interview with 6ix9ine, my homies was with me. I didn't take them though. I don't bring them around that because that's corporate entertainment business that I'm doing. I'm not been to subject my homeboys because I know their ideology is what it is. They with me, but I'm not finna subject them to that because in their head, dude is this, dude's in my head. This is a dude that got a light on him. This is a dude that's being interviewed by everybody but us. And he's making the majority think, right, what he did was right because they don't know how to question this dude. I'm the only one that got 6ix9ine to pause and think about it and admit, you right, I ain't no gangster. You put some work in? Right. You went and laid something down?
Yeah.
No, I was just paying them. Okay, well.
Yeah, you're a supervisor, young.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And he started to understand that and embrace it to a point to where he like, shit, Wack, you right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think let me go take a piss too, because that's why even when we talk about I want to spend a little bit more time on Clubhouse because I think that's where, in my opinion, some people would say that Clubhouse took you from a made man to a marked man.
Well, Clubhouse is how I was introduced to the YouTube, what we call the YouTube streets.
Right.
Remember I told you we got different divisions. I also have a media team. And whether they up or they sleep, wherever I go, the profiles follow me.
Yeah, and they clip it. You basically got your own clippers like these streamers.
I got a media team. You know, Clubhouse Shenanigans, Clubhouse TV, No Answer, The Answer, and Ray Gibbs. Now, this is the type of shit I do. This is why they respect me. People come in there, Wack, we want to be part of your media team. You can't ask me that. You got to talk to the media team. Wack, we want to be part of security. Talk to the people who run security.
Right.
Who run that?
Got final say on
I
that.
stay in my place.
Yeah.
Now, if something going on and can't nobody make a decision and fix something, then myself or R&B will step in and make a decision.
Right.
But other than that, what they respect is that you can call Wack all you want. We had this.
Yeah, and he ain't gonna go. He gonna make sure to check with us.
I ain't going.
And that's what I'm saying. That's your way of running that shit like a real Fortune 500 company. But I'm wondering how you feel about what I just said because you came to Clubhouse a made man. Well, you had business all in the street. You had AJ and Game and Blue. Like you was here, and it felt like to build that up, you started to denigrate and separate yourself from some of the relationships took you damn near all your career to build.
Well, which ones?
I saw you snap on everybody. Nigga, you snapped on 21 Savage and Jim Jones and now, these you had relationships with.
Hold on, with Jim, okay, I'm going to give you how Jim worked. My man, he come out here, he hit me, whatever he need, I get it to him. Video shoots going on, I pop up, me and Jim. He had just did a verse. Remember he was doing something studio where he could remotely from where he was at.
COVID and shit,
Yeah, he did that with my group Coyote.
Yeah.
Right? A week prior. Now, bro, I'm on Clubhouse and they keep asking me about 6ix9ine because I did the interview. My first time ever seeing 6ix9ine is when I did the interview with Academics. I'd never seen him. 6ix9ine hated my guts. When he was doing his little blood run, we wouldn't talk to him. We wouldn't associate with him, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to bring, because it was all New Yorkers asking me these questions. I'm going to bring him to the damn app. Y'all ask him yourself. I don't know nothing about none of this. I didn't know none of them people he went to jail with. None of them. So when I bring him to the app, this little dude, He must have didn't do nothing but read paperwork all day. Cause when you mention the name, he knew a date of birth, social security number, everything they did. So the first thing they like, yo, why you tell on Kuda B? He like, I didn't tell on Kuda B. Kuda B told on me. He put the link up. Boom. Daniel Hernandez paid me to go have shots fired at Chief Keef. What's up with you and Jim Jones? He said, what? Jim's what? Jim was the number 2. I was the number 1.
But he didn't produce no paperwork.
No. What he did was he put the audio up, right? I'm oblivious to the audio.
Audio?
Yeah, see, watch out, Loon.
See, I'm trying to think. I don't remember hearing no audio.
It's up. It's on the internet. We made shows everywhere. So when the audio come on, I'm listening to Jim talk to Mel Murder.
I remember that.
Plot planning to execute what they gonna do. Now this same audio, Loon, you gonna understand this, was used in the federal trial. The only time the audio could be used in a federal trial if the people on that audio authenticate, this ain't about no video shoot, this ain't about no movie, this what it was. 6ix9ine is telling me, as he has told me about somebody else, bro, Wack, dude's a cooperant. I'm a cooperant. I know who was in line with me, right?
But he also had, he wanted to kind of diminish Jim Jones's status as well, though.
No, he wasn't tripping Jim.
Well, them is Jim homies that were surrounding him.
Yeah, but all of them.
Who he sent to jail, though.
They had all start cutting throat one another, trying to get each other out the way.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude doing this. Don't trust this dude. Yeah. Don't trust this. They had all doing it. He know it because they coming to him, right? So what I did, okay, Loon, if me and you like this, right? And I hear audio on you, what you think I'm gonna do?
Hit me.
I send him the audio. I say, bro, dude just put this audio up. I'm trying to understand it. What I'm hearing sound like conspiracy. Give me a call, let's go over it. This is the same Jim or any time else I say give me a call, he call. From that day forward, crickets.
Yeah, but it's also some internet shit. Like,
that ain't no internet shit.
Yeah, if you on the internet, this Clubhouse uploading some shit talking about this and that, this is internet shit.
How's that internet shit?
It's on the internet. If it's really a scenario.
How is that internet shit?
Though, if it's really,
do you know why 6ix9ine knew where to find it? Cause he was the number 1 He said, Wack, it was 3 of us. I was number 1, Jim. He said, if I wouldn't have got on the stand to get my deal to get out of that 47, Jimmy was next.
But I wouldn't want you to hit me on the internet about it.
I didn't. I texted him.
But you already went up with the 6ix9ine nigga.
No.
You just said you found out about it on the internet.
Listen, I'm sitting back. I brought 6ix9ine on there because the shit they asking me, I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just sitting back. I'm being educated. I'm hearing all kind of shit I ain't never heard in my life. So when they come at him about the Jim Jones shit, he like, what? Jim Jones ain't no. This what he said. What? Mel Murder was sleeping on the floor. I took Mel Murder, his so-called big homie, and put him in a spot, helped him get a car, put money in his pocket. Boom, boom. Don't come at me like, what was Jim doing for Mel Murder? Matter of fact, Jim Jones' ass was number 2. They had him on conspiracy charges against me. I tell him, yo, what you talking about, homie? Like, I did what you just did. You don't believe me? Boom, he put it up. Press play.
Now, so he pressing play of a recording of them using Jim Jones talking to Mel Murder in the courtroom.
No, he talking, Mel Murder called him and say, hey, this was going on.
Phone tap in the evidence.
This was going on. I remember, Mel Murder is here. So to the police on the board, Mel up here.
Yeah.
Jimmy just a rapper down here. Yeah, hey, homie, this going on, Jim.
So how he number 2 and a rapper down here? That don't make sense.
Watch this. I'm going to tell you what's finna make sense. Mel called Jim. This is on the wiretap. Hey, this whoop-de-whoop, this, and this 6ix9ine doing this, whoop-de-whoop, and I'm finna do this. Jim, you ain't finna do nothing. You know what the Fed's eyes did. Okay, Jim, how you want me to handle it? Oh, let me take this and move him up a few knots. You just told the head nigga what he not gonna do. You do this, you make Shotty do this, tell him to do this, and he better do this, and then, okay, but what about the security? You think they got fire on him? Listen, my nigga, they ain't got no fire. They can't have fire in New York unless they off duty and this, and even then they in the wrong. So what you do is y'all start hitting the security. Hit 6ix9ine security. This coming from Jim to Mel Murder, who they thought was a shot caller. Hit the security. When the security weaken, they gonna get away from the because they don't want them problems, and then y'all get him out the way. This is on the federal wiretap. Now the you ain't got a conspiracy.
Now we playing a day. We getting in the weeds.
How you ain't got a
but
how you
peep this though?
How you ain't got a conspiracy?
But I can guarantee you that listen, I can guarantee you the feds got you on the line with loose cannon.